Oh hi there big boys, and welcome to my review of the Switch game One-Eyed Kutkh. I don't know. Basically, this is a point and click adventure game with a dreamy hand-drawn art style which is beautifully animated like a sort of indie film you'd find on YouTube somewhere. It's quite nice actually. I mean, the actual game though is quite dull and boring, but I'll get to that. You can get this game on other devices, not just Switch. I'm reviewing the Switch version because I actually think it's probably the best way to play it, I reckon. For my money, because this is the main sort of thing I like about this port, is that it's got touchscreen support. So that's good, because you can simulate a mouse and sort of touch just, like you're playing a mobile game or something, and it works great for that, because this entire game is basically a point and click adventure game, which is what I said at the start. So that's great. Obviously on other consoles, all you can do is have this sort of joystick which is sort of you move around to replicate a mouse. But you can still do that in this game if you're playing on a dock or something. So you've got the best of both worlds. It's smart in that way. But I would like it if the normal Joy-Con controlled, actually didn't just replicate a mouse, but also actually did dedicated controls for when you're controlling a character. Because a lot of times it's you moving left and right, and that could be easily done with an analog stick. But yeah. Instead, you have to click on a button which makes the character move to the right until it doesn't anymore, and then you click a button to grab stuff. That's the thing, this entire game is basically just move to the left or right, grab something, move back, give it to someone, get some really nice long animations, but yeah, it does get a bit tiring, and it's also really, really short. It's about 30 minutes long, which is quite short. I mean, there's sort of little hidden stuff and stuff like that, but it's very, very short, and I think it was a couple. How much was it? I think it wasn't. I don't think it was really cheap. I'll check because I've forgotten. Because I got a Switch review key, by developers. So yeah, it's about £2, which is I mean, you'll pay. That's like £2 for 30 minutes. It's not great, but then again, if you went to a pub, you get one dark fruit for probably £4. So it'd probably take about 30 minutes as well. Well, it depends really how quickly you can down it. Regardless, yeah. The game is actually really creatively designed though. If you don't really know what the game is going, it's really sort of abstract and weird, but it does do some clever things, and I don't know, the game just had this sort of childlike wonder about it, and it just feels like a short animated movie with surprises throughout, and there's bits. I mean, there are some confusing bits, definitely, because there's no words used in the game at all. So first, the story makes very little sense, but also the actual gameplay does get confusing sometimes. For example, points you've got to drag sort of stuff over to your sort of text to speech bubble thing. It's weird, and that bit was a bit confusing because it didn't really tell you that you had to do that, so I thought you just had to press them, so I was getting really confused. Even the first screen of the game I was like, what do I do? Turns out I've got to press the little bubble next to my head when I thought you'd have to actually do what the bubble said. So a bit odd, but yeah, that is basically this game really. It's just a sort of mini movie which you sort of half control. It's nicely animated. The animations are really long and take to get a bit annoying at times. But it's a nice little game, and it looks, I don't know, there's something about it, it's quite it seems quite sort of, it's clearly designed for children, but I think that's not a bad thing, because it fits it, and I don't know, it's something about, it feels like you're a child again. It's just quite nice and dreamlike, and it's weird, but yeah, I reckon, it's not a bad game. For £2, you could do worse, but you could do better as well, but it's just, you don't go in expecting an adventure game properly. It's a point and click game. But it's still fun, and I would recommend this game if you're looking for a game like that, especially if you're a child looking for a point and click, your first point and click game. And it's just, yeah. So yeah, that's my opinion on One-Eyed. It's got a stupid name. Yeah, it's quite short, but it's not fun. It's quite short. It's got good animations, and it's just quite dreamy and wonderful, and it's not bad. It's a nice little story, but it could have been better with better control schemes, maybe, and sort of more fun gameplay, because the gameplay doesn't really exist. So yeah, that's this game. That's One-Eyed Kutkh. Thanks for watching, big boys. See you another point in time, and bye.